If you're not trustworthy and we can't depend on you and we can't need you and we can't want you, then what are we as women supposed to do?
You alluded to it. They are going to white boys sometimes.
They are. I mean, I see.
Yeah,
I see a
well,
lot more sisters going with white.
Yes.
Well, let me flip that a little bit though, because I think that's a two-way street.
But before you flip it, I want you to give sound, thoughtful advice as to what women should be doing.
Get that to me.
Oh, what they should be doing as
What they
opposed
should
to
be doing,
what we
because
see them doing.
What we see them doing, and
Because
keep in mind,
right?
what
I
we see
see
them
some
doing
things,
is a
things.
direct
Right.
reflection of what you've done.
I think what we see them doing is a direct reflection of the ills in our community. Period. It's not just a direct reflection of what men have done. There's some sickness in the black community that needs to be addressed that actually is playing a huge part in everything in our society, from shooting po kids on the west side for no reason with gang violence, to children out of wedlock, to blah 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 blah. I mean, we can run down a whole list. And so, my one piece of advice to women and to men would be: work to cure yourself first of all, so that you are whole, so that when you engage like Jack has in a marriage, you come to it as much of a whole human being as you can be. At 20 something, as whole as you can be at 20.
Yeah.
And maybe at 30 or 40 or 50 at my age, be whole when you come into a relationship. So first, before, physician heal thyself, before you place blame on him for what he ain't doing, and he may be wrong, make sure you right in what you are doing. Because if you are right, one, you're going to be looking for a whole different kind of cat than that fool on the corner who got 5 kids. I mean, when I'm looking at women, I'm looking for women who are whole, grown up people. I don't want no woman who got 5 kids and that's not my thing. I want somebody who
anything wrong with that.
No, and I'm not trying to blaspheme that, but I'm just saying because we all make choices in life, right? But I'm looking for a woman who is, we say, equally yoked.
With life being this continuance of developments and experiences, when does one know oneself enough to make that type of decision?
I was going to ask you, because at 20, you made this
Exactly,
decision, right?
right?
I was like, I haven't gone there, so I'm wondering, right?
Right.
You were married before, though, right?
Never been married.
You never been married. Oh, okay.
I walked up to her a couple of times.
Okay.
But I mean,
Okay.
I feel like this thing called life is a roller coaster ride for everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know who I'm going to be tomorrow,
Right.
but I know the person that I married is the person I want to experience tomorrow with. So that's what it should really be.
That's
to
a
me,
beautiful thing.
it should be about. It's
That's a wonderful thing.
If no matter what we're gonna do, if we're gonna fight, let's fight together. Okay, if we're gonna cry, let's cry together. If we're gonna have fun, let's have fun together.
Okay.
I look at it as choice. I think everything that's going on comes down to choice. Even to the young lady that is fed up with men and doesn't need a man to validate her or anything like that. Yes, she's been scarred. Yes, she's been hurt or whatever like that. But then if you truly want to be happy and you truly want this thing, then you got to make the choice to continue to do what's necessary to get what you want.
To fight
Like
for it.
if you to fight for it.
So we got a good marriage. We know ourselves. We love ourselves. Now we know what to look for. What does a strong marriage and relationship look like?
For me, communication, compromise, and God.
Notice he didn't say settle.
He didn't say what?
He didn't say settle. He said compromise.
Yes.
Because I think a lot of times we think that settling and compromise is the same word.
That's not.
That's right.
Okay.
I would add a sense of shared values, whether that's spirit. We want to have kids. We want to have a house in Florida. Whatever it is, something that kind of really binds you together
Okay.
as a couple, that you can focus on, and that creates that sense of we-ness as you move together. Because I think one of the dangers in all relationships is we're together, but we sort of end up just consistently being just the individual, and there's nothing that's a we in the midst of it. And I think if you can find some of that we-ness, I think that's one of the things that helps to create a stronger relationship.
One of the things I also think that we've also gotten away from, when we talk about the good old days, is that it's not just enough for the two people to be working at it, but there's got to be a community around them to
And
support
that's
them.
where I was.
It's got to be a family.
Place.
You got to be able to go talk to somebody, counsel the elders to get advice. When you start to get nervous or doubt, you got to have somebody to pull you back. You know what I mean? So I don't think any of this just should be happening in vacuums.
Yeah.
I think we've done that too much.
I think it can't happen in a vacuum. And when in my mind and from my experience and viewpoint, when I look at the challenges to relationships in today's world, it's because many of us are in a constant state of upheaval in terms of our circle. Even being estranged from our family, even the defining of who our friends are. It's tough to have a strong relationship with you and one person that's not anchored. You have to be tethered to something. How else can values be evidenced or exhibited or experienced? You need to communicate.
So